Hi everyone, I'm Chris Gonzalez and I'm here with Julie and Dave of Julie's Place at the last cruise night of 2012. Dave and Julie are the husband-wife team and owners of Julie's Place, and could you guys tell me a little bit about Julie's Place?
Julie's Place is located at 208 Main Street, Acton, Massachusetts. We offer breakfast all day. We have daily specials for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've been here for 10 years and expanded into a larger space and added a bar. We're open, friendly, and family-orientated. You can see your meal prepared in our open kitchen. It's a great place to meet someone and form friendship. You can see pictures of the cars at juliesplaceacton.com.
Hi there, this is Ribby Dion's 1950 Ford center door sedan. It has a 302 4-barrel. It has the C4 automatic transmission and an 8-inch Ford rear. It also has power windows, power locks, and air conditioning. And it's really a neat, custom, antique vehicle. I think the features of it is all the brass. There's a lot of wood details on the interior, and it looks like it's just a fun car. The one other thing I do love is the little rat fink on the antenna. Hi, I'm here with Denny Pacey. He's the owner of Corvette, Endless Summer Corvettes in North Acton, and this is one of his customers' cars. His name is?
John Fitzgerald.
And can you tell me a little bit about this car?
It's a 67 435 horsepower Roadster that had a complete body off restoration. John basically delivered it to me in pieces and in boxes. It was painted at another shop over in Nite by a friend of mine. And I was brought on board fairly early on in the process to do a lot of consulting on the body work and certain fiberglass aspects of the body work, curing and that type of thing. Also, the headlight bucket openings needed to have some work done on them, and I have templates that were used to make them correct. Also, the sculpting of the lines and the way the body fits, all of that has to be done to factory specifications, actually a little bit better. And the engine was rebuilt and dyno tested, all built to spec, made about 480 horsepower on the dyno test.
This is the 427, 435?
427, 435 horses, the high horse engine that was available in 67.
And it has the tri-power on it.
Tri-power, 2-barrel carburetors, 11-to-1 compression, the big square port heads. This car has a lot of really nice options. Power brakes, power steering, power windows, side pipes, F41 heavy-duty suspension, 2 tops. And this is the original color. It's called Marlboro Maroon. It was 1 year only in 1967, and they changed it a little bit after 67 and called it something else, if I remember correctly.
It's just a beautiful car. It's a fresh restoration, so it really just jumps out at you.
It's been judged NCRS. It took just under 98 points at the last meet, and it was built for the national show circuit. It was targeted for NCRS in Bloomington. John's owned it for about 5 or 6 years now, and he was referred to me by the people that painted it to have the car put together. All new glass, weather stripping, the whole underside of the car. The body was taken right off the frame, and everything was done to specifications. Of course, a lot better than the factory would do it, as you know, but all hand built, and it runs good. It should PV, which means performance verification. First time out. It's a desirable car. Back in the 60s, Chevrolet first introduced the big blocks in 65, and by 67 they had 3, tri-power, and were making about 460 horsepower. But Chevrolet rated them at 435 horse because they didn't want the insurance companies to have a complete meltdown. So they were underrated.
Right.
But they were more like 460 horsepower right out of the box. With a little bit of tweaking and tuning, you could get them up to about 500 horsepower. But these were rated at 435 from the factory.
Well, this is a beautiful car. Thank you for bringing it. We really appreciate it.
All right.
I now have 2 Mopar cars that have been factory Concourse Correct restored. It's the Trans Am series. The first one is a yellow AAR Barracuda. It has a 346 barrel. It's an automatic with power brakes, power steering. It is a fairly fresh restoration. It's owned by Scott Stocklin, and it's just a unbelievable car. It's just done so well. The second car is a brown 1970 Dodge Challenger TA. It has the 346 pack. It's a 4-speed with pistol grip. Again, it's just been restored meticulously. It has about 35,000 miles on it. It is a power brake car. The owner is Steve Cabral. And I'm here with Dave Trombley, sorry. And you have a...
It's 1972 Chevy Monte Carlo.
And can you tell me a little bit about it?
It's a 402 big block, matching number. Bought it pretty much the way it sits, except I added the pinstriping to it and new stereo and a couple other small things.
And what is the transmission in it?
It's a regular 350 transmission.
And the rear end?
A 373's posi.
And how long have you had it?
I've had it since April.
Oh, so not very long.
Nope, not very long at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it does have power steering, power brakes, and AC?
Yep, it does.
And you're one of the people who stays out here till the wee hours of the morning, it seems, every time we do a cruise night.
Yeah, we're here till about 10 o'clock at night. Yeah.
Well, good for you. We thank you for coming down. I'm here with Ron Raffy's 1965 Dodge Coronet. It has a red with a red interior, and the engine is the 426 Max Wedge. It's an automatic with power steering, and it's just a wonderful color of red. It's almost an orange red. The hood scoops on the hood are really cool. And it's just another meticulously restored car by Ron. I now have a 70 Chevy El Camino SS. It has the 396 4-barrel. It's an automatic with power steering, power brakes, and AC. And these are cars, but they have a pickup bed, so you can carry a lot of cargo in it. But it's still a muscle car. So it's a really, really good example of one. Here with Leonard Esbicki, and you have a?
1962 Corvette.
And it is white with a red interior. Can you tell me what the engine is?
A 327 small block with 250 horse.
And the transmission is?
Automatic. Power glide.
And can you tell me a little bit about this car? Where you got it?
Yep, a quote-unquote little old lady purchased it when I was 12 years old. She was in my town, and I saw it for the first time coming home on the school bus. And I was...
You fell in love.
I fell in love, not with her, but with the car, and was very nice to her, as you can imagine, and so nice that when she was about to sell it 8 years later, that she contacted my parents. I had moved away, but she had contacted my parents and said that she couldn't do anything with the car until she spoke with me. I'm so happy that that happened.
All right. That's an excellent story.
And another piece of that is that she was an interesting lady. She loved the trunk. She used the trunk very much, and would have had another Corvette a lot sooner than 1970 if they came out with another trunk. But of course they didn't. And after 8 years, she gave up on Corvette ever having a trunk, and that's what prompted her to finally get rid of it. Not get rid of it, pass it along to me. That's right.
Well, it looks like a really fun car to drive, and it's great to see somebody who does have a car for a few years.
42, but
Wow.
who's counting?
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Leonard.
You're very welcome.
Hi, I'm here with Camden Hurley with his,
1986 Monte Carlo SS.
and the engine in it is a,
350 TPI from a Z28 Camaro.
And you have a little something extra to give it a little boost, don't you?
Yes, I do. I installed a nitrous oxide system in the engine.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit of extra speed there, huh?
Yeah, a little tiny bit, you know. Just got to have that little extra juice.
And you have an automatic with...
B&M shift kit.
and the rear is...
The rear end is out of an Oldsmobile 442, and it's geared 373.
Uh-huh. And I also noticed you have quite a sound system in the trunk. And what do you have as a sound system?
I have two 10-inch stealth kickers, Pioneer, Premier deck, and two Pioneer 6x9 speakers.
Looks like a great car to drive and listen to.
It is. It's very loud, musically and engine-wise.
That sounds like fun.
It is very fun.
Thanks, Cam.
Thank you.
And I am here with Harry Babe Shaw.
That's right.
And you have a
34 Chevy.
You don't have to read it. You know what it is.
Master Series, yeah, I know, I don't have to read it.
And what's the engine in it?
A 350 Chevy,
Uh-huh.
and 350 automatic, 4-barrel, 8-inch Ford rear end in it.
And one of the special things you were telling me about this car is that it still has its wood skeleton.
Yes, that's all inside. The whole there's a whole skeleton inside the whole car.
Mm-hmm.
It's all out of wood.
And that's very rare, correct?
It's body by Fisher.
That's
That's a true Chevy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing your car down, and we'll see you again soon. You're one of the guys who hangs out late night,
Late
so
nights here, yeah. We spend the night here. We make a night out of it. Yeah.
All right.
We enjoy it.
Well, thanks again.
You're welcome.
And I'm here with,
Louis Bowker,
and you have a 1952,
MG TD.
and it's white with maroon. Can you tell me the engine is a...
4-cylinder.
And it has the dual carbs?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And how long have you owned this?
I bought it in 1954.
So, over 50 years.
Oh, yes.
Well, it looks like it's a great, fun car to drive.
Yay.
You're with,
Marty Hirsch,
and you have a...
1969 Camaro.
And it's the convertible model. It's blue with a blue interior. Can you tell me what's the engine in it?
It's a 350 engine with a 4-barrel carburetor and an Edelbrook manifold.
And the transmission is...
It's just a regular automatic transmission.
Okay, and how long have you owned this car?
Since 1976.
So you've had a lot of good times in this car.
Great times. Take my grandkids and everything like that.
That's great. That's great. A good family vehicle.
It is. It's great.
Well, thanks for coming out tonight.
My pleasure.
And I'm here with Dennis Pacey again with his own personal car. And can you tell me a little bit about this car?
64 fuel-injected engine, 375 horsepower. It's a rare car. It's red with a white interior. 64 was the first year for two-tone interiors, and not many people ordered them. They considered white to not be practical. So
Because it gets dirty easy.
It gets dirty really easy. So they, only 250 are known to exist, maybe even less. That was just an estimate. But especially with the fuel-injected engine, the combination of the outside color, inside color with the injected engine make it one of 3 that I know of. That's all.
Wow. And what are some of the options on this car?
It has fuel-injected engine, power brakes, F40 suspension, AM/FM radio, and the white interior.
And also knockoff?
And knockoff wheels.
Well, it's a beautiful car. Absolutely gorgeous.
I've owned it 8 years. It's a great car. It's original drivetrain, engine, trans, rear end.
And I've ridden in it, and it really does go.
Oh, it was pretty good. Yeah. This was the highest rated small block built until the modern era. 375 horsepower. And Chevrolet underrated them. The dyno tests show about 390 to 410 horse with the fuel injection system on it. So with a lightweight engine making massive power, Duntov, the chief engineer at the time, said that this was the future back in the mid-60s. And that's exactly what happened. All the new cars today, lightweight engines making massive power. And this car, when you pop the hood on this car, basically you're looking into the future. Because this car is
In 1964.
1964. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thanks for bringing this car and the other car. Really appreciate it.
All right.
Another summer has come and gone. We had some really good cruise nights, but we had some rained out. The ones we had were a lot of fun, and we had good people and great cars. Thank all of you who came to Julie's Cruise. Thank you to the employees who put up with all of us car crazy people. I'll see you next summer at Julie's Cruise Night.